Hey guys, Chris and PJ here live in the Dream Giveaway Garage.
Happy Monday, sir.
Happy Monday indeed. PJ, you ever see that TV commercial for that tomato health drink? And then the guy at the end, what's he say, right?
I don't know.
I could have had a V8,
yeah.
right? I could have had a V8. Well, today we're going to show you some incredible V8s in the Dream Giveaway Garage. And I don't want you saying at the end of the giveaway, I could have had a V8, because you can make your donation. You can, if you have that lucky ticket, you could be the winner of some amazing V8 powered American iron here in the Dream Giveaway Garage.
Brian says, come on, PJ and Chris, showtime. And we were busy opening up some hoods prior to
Yeah, we were
this.
doing that. Before we get to that, you guys watched that award ceremony on Friday?
Yeah, that was great.
Porsche award ceremony. The Porsche went out on a nice double-decker enclosed transport today to the great state of Washington. And I know that Matt M. and his family are going to be patiently waiting for that, that truck to get all the way across the country. Hopefully the truck doesn't have to go through Los Angeles on this trip, right?
That's correct. It shouldn't.
Our prayers and thoughts for our friends out there in the LA area who were affected by the wildfires. Let's start with the GTO.
Yeah, Roger says Monterey Red 65 GTO rag.
Montero, correct.
Sorry, yeah.
Montero Red on the GTO here. 389 cubic inches.
Wait, before we go any further, Chris, we're doing, what, 7 vehicles today?
1, 2,
6.
3, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to show you 6 different V8s today.
Okay.
I could have had a V8.
So we're starting off with the 65 GTO.
Correct.
And what are we seeing here, Chris?
So a 389 cubic inch engine, you know, what's interesting is some guys will look at a Pontiac engine, they'll go, that's a big block Pontiac. Well, it's not. Pontiac didn't have big block, small block designations. It's block from a 326 cubic inch all the way up to a 455 cubic inch for the same size block, much different than Chevy that had a just small block and had a big block, and Dodge a small block and a big block. So this is a standard size Pontiac block 389, a popular designation. Did Pontiac have higher than 389 cubic inches in 1965? They sure did, but only on full-size cars. In fact, John DeLorean and his team even had a tough time getting bigger than a 326.
You're telling me this isn't a full-size car?
No.
Look how long it is.
That's a mid-size car. They had a tough time. They had to sneak it through General Motors to put a 389 in a mid-size car. But Pontiac also had a 421 engine. Same block size. Bore and stroke. You guys know how it works.
Jerry says GTO, gas, tires, and oil.
That's right.
Larry says tri-power or just cool.
Factory tri-power. What's interesting on the tri-power, if you guys don't know, is if you're just tooling along, idling along, you're just on here. But when you go ahead and hit that throttle hard, those secondaries, that front carb and that back carb open up, and that sound is an incredible sound. So 389 cubic inches here. Let's stop over here at our favorite Skittle-colored Mopars. Everybody is really digging this new prize package. And what's interesting is, I call these 6-packs because that's what Dodge calls them, but Plymouth technically calls this a 6-barrel, not a 6-pack.
Well, Thor says if I win, it's 6-pack time.
So it says 6-barrel right on there. This one is a Mopar small block. It's a 340 cubic inch. And so look at the size of this, the size of that small block. It still has that 6 carburetor, 3 carburetors, 2 barrels each. They call it a 6-barrel. 340 cubic inches, but definitely a small block. Look at the size of the heads there. Look at the width of the block. This one, 290 or 295 on the horsepower, one of the two. And this is because to get into that Trans Am racing, that they couldn't put a big block engine in there. They had to stay with a small block for the Trans Am program in 1970. In fact, if you look at the build sheet on this, and I'll show it to you one of these days, it does say Trans Am package. That doesn't mean it gets a Screaming Chicken. It doesn't mean Burt Reynolds is sitting in it. It means the Trans Am Racing Series. That's the name of the package.
All right.
Okay.
Good deal.
Now, over here...
Chris, what's here in front here?
That's a hood. This car has so much power, it blew the hood off. I'm kidding. We lifted the hood off, which makes this a lift-off hood Roadrunner. They made, if my number is correct, 422 of these with a 4-speed in 1969 and a half. This one, I believe, from about April, maybe, of 1969. Oh, and Kathy told us your comments. You guys don't want us to take these stickers off. So I'll tell you what, I'll mention it to the powers that be, and we'll see if we can leave these Mopar Show stickers on there for the winter.
I guess if the winter wants them off, we can take them off.
That's what else I just learned.
Larry says no hood stands. We actually do have some. We just haven't put them around here.
Right. Yeah, correct. So we do not have a hood stand, I think, that's specifically designed for this, but maybe we'll use one of the universal ones that we have back there in Area 52. Now, let's talk about engine size. Now, look how much bigger this is. And I'm not talking cubes. I'm talking the dimensions of the block itself. Okay, so this is a Dodge big block, not a Hemi, of course. You can tell by looking at the heads. And these came with, can you get the camera in here, PJ?
What do you got?
These came with a factory Edelbrock intake. And just like the 340 6-barrel, this is a 440 6-barrel. But big block.
Wow.
So cool. No power assist on the brakes here, I noticed it, but it does have power steering. And trust me, that power steering comes in handy moving it around in the Dream Giveaway garage. There's something else super cool on here as well, the horn. Go over there and look at that violet-colored horn over there.
And it's got like the little beep beep.
It's got a special Roadrunner beep beep horn.
Thor says, "What is the hose sticking out?" I'm assuming this one right here.
That's correct.
Where's that coming from?
Yeah, I believe it's just for. One of you guys want to answer that one for me? Is it for water drainage? That's what it looks like to me. Because remember, that's a wide open fiberglass hood.
Right.
So if water gets in here into, let's call this the bathtub, then this is the bathtub drain. If I'm incorrect, then correct me. But
right on the battery?
Well, no, it's not really on the battery. It's kind of over here. But that's what it looks like to me. Okay, from Mopar land over to the land of General Motors in the 1969.
Larry does say it's drainage for water.
It is drainage. See, Larry, I know a thing or two. So do you.
All right. So
396. Look at that. Aluminum intake. That's the first clue that this is a 375 horsepower version of the 396. Solid lifters. We've given away a lot of solid lifter big block Chevys over the years, and another great one. You know, you don't get better than a solid lifter big block Chevy, do you? 375 in this, however, if you got the same engine in a Chevelle, did they list that horsepower higher? I have to look that up. Okay, and remember, this same engine, or pretty much the same engine, when it first came out in the 1965 Corvette, was rated at what, 425, 450? So the Chevy did some tricks here to kind of lower the horsepower for the weight of the vehicle. But we'll talk about those on another day. Great big block Chevy right here, guys. That's paired with, okay, put on the Holy Grail music, because this is the Holy Grail of the Holy Grail. LS6, 450 horsepower, 454 big block Chevy. Available 1 year only in the Chevelle, 1970. Available the next year, though a bit detuned, in the Corvette. To many people, this is the ultimate Chevy muscle car. What do you guys think?
This is it, hey, Chris?
That's it. LS6 Chevelle.
Is that why you like the Chevelle so much compared to the Camaro?
And you know, I like the roominess of the Chevelle. And I kind of like the bench seat on the Chevelle, because my wife, who I missed today, can sit right there in the passenger seat, right?
Right there.
Right.
Seat. You don't see that too often anymore.
Gotta love it.
And our final Chevy.
Final
engine.
Chevy. Now, what's interesting is, in 1970, you could not get that LS6 in the Corvette, and I do not know why. It might have to do with the weight to horsepower issue. So the top dog, again, still a 454, but this is a hydraulic lifter engine, not a solid lifter engine. And this is 390 horsepower. Also, if you wanted air conditioning on a big block Corvette, you could get it in 1970 with the LS5. And a whole lot of action going on in here, from the air conditioner to the power brake booster to the power steering to everything that we see going on here. What an amazing car. This one, triple top flight from NCRS. So if you're looking for a car that's, this is it right here.
Mike Green says, I have chances for all those cars.
Well, good, Mike. I hope that one of you guys out there are the next lucky winner. Speaking of which, we're going to hold the award ceremony for the Corvettes on January 31st. So we're going to announce that to you today as well. That'll be at noon, and you can be just like, our latest winner and be our next great dream giveaway winner. That would be fun.
Our next giveaway that ends, Shelby's, right?
Shelby's, yeah. Week and 3 days? Is it 10 days left on it?
Something like that.
Yeah, I think a week from Thursday. So be sure to get your entries. And you're saying, okay, well, what else are you coming up with? Keep jeweling over those super Mopars while we work on the next stuff.
February 1st, right?
February 1st is traditionally the start of a new Corvette Dream giveaway. So who are we to break tradition?
Right. And if you go back and watch our videos, you'll see some Easter eggs and some of the...
That's right. You might see at least one of them there. It's going to be a great package coming up on February 1st. So, indeed.
Kathy does say 10 days left for the Shelby's.
Good. So which of these V8s can't you live without? Which one do you want in your garage? Which one will make your lifelong dream of having a classic muscle car come true? So we showed you 6 of them, from the GTO to the 2 Chevrolets to the 2 Super Mopars and even that Corvette. So why don't you chime in? Let us know which one of those 6 is your dream come true, and then get your entries to win. We really hope that you're the next big winner.
And send your comments on any of these videos too, or questions, because Kathy will go through them and put them as part of our mailbag.
Correct.
Thursday or whatever day we do.
Whatever mailbag day we choose. Thanks for joining us today. It's going to be a fun week here in Dream Giveaway Land. So join us next time for more great fun, more great action, more great grand prizes. It only happens right here in our favorite place on earth, the Dream